Hello people and welcome. In this video we are looking at 5 signs you are experiencing the dark night of the soul. You know, sometimes when you are experiencing this dark night of the soul, all this awakening, spiritual awakening, dark nights of the soul, entering a new life, moving from these things can be very confusing. Some people commit suicide, especially like this dark night of the soul. When it's happening to somebody, the person does not know that it's a normal process, it's something that you go through. They get so confused. When they enter that depression, you see some of them will go and drink poison because they don't know what to do again. They become war weary. Life tire they will just be tired of life. They will not know of the next thing to do. The next thing, the person will just go and take poison or just go and commit suicide, just to end it, because of the confusion, because they don't know what to do. They are confused. It's like their life, they will be able to seeing it as if their life has ended. There's nothing to do again. They don't know where to move from there. So because of that, they will want to go and commit suicide, or they'll go and the person will go and commit suicide just to end it, so that they will say it's better for me to just die than to be in this. What is the essence of life? You just go and commit suicide. So that's why I'm making this video, so that when maybe you enter your own dark night of the soul, you will know that, okay, it's something that it's a normal process that people go through. Because there are some people who go through this dark night of the soul. Those ones who are always trusting the process, trusting God. They say, well, anywhere God say, anything God wants for my life, let it happen. Anything that wants to happen, let it happen. So no matter how it's happening, no matter the pain they are feeling, no matter the stress, whatever they are going through, you will still see them carrying on. They will still be moving, doing things. You won't even know that they are going. If they begin to tell you what is happening, you won't even be say, you mean you are going through all this and you are like this? There are some people who have the ability to go through it successfully without even without even complaints, without even showing it what they are going through outside. Yes, until they will move through it successfully. And there are some people too who cannot. You see those ones, once they are going through it, they'll just be thinking their life has ended. Oh. They cannot cope. They can't continue. The next thing, they'll just go and take poison and die. You see? But if you know that it's a normal process, people go through it. It's just that the difference is that some people don't follow the process until they get to spiritual awakening. They don't follow it until awakening. When they start the process, some of them procure means to stop it. You see, they procure means to stop it. And when you procure means to stop it, you are going to start all over again. You see, they don't allow themselves to go through that normal process. They cut corners, they procure means, they do a lot of things to stop it. You see, and when they do that, they don't evolve, they don't experience awakening. They remain stuck, complaining in the same problem. They complain, they still just revolving, they continue to revolve in one place. Because what? They don't allow themselves to go through that process and experience awakening and enter a new life, a new realization, where new things will begin to happen in their lives and where they will be happy. They don't allow themselves to go through the process. You see, they just kind of shorten it by entering in, putting their hands in things, doing things just to stop it. They can't imagine themselves going through me. God forbid, is it me that will begin to go through all this? Is it me that will, 1 minute, please. Precious as cargo. Precious. I'm doing my video bed. Let me finish when you're too. So they continue in it. They will not allow themselves to embrace it, to go through that process. They will not allow themselves. They cut corners. They try to stop it. But you see, when you allow yourself to go through that process, that's when you enter the awakening. But for some people who don't understand that they are going through the dark night of the soul, you see them, they will go and commit suicide. They will kill themselves because they don't know. They go into depression and die and kill themselves. When they enter that depression, they allow themselves to die because they don't know that, they don't understand that it's a normal process and it's the dark night of the soul. So that's why I'm doing this video, so that when you enter your dark night, you will know that you are undergoing your dark nights of the soul. You allow the process to pass. You allow yourself to go through it so that you enter into awakening. So number one, many things are unpleasant things are happening to you at once. You may receive a bad news now, and tomorrow you receive a bad news today. Tomorrow you receive another bad news, and maybe the next tomorrow you still receive another bad news. All these things are happening to you at once. You receive all this news, that this news that can throw you off balance, that will make you feel that your world has crumbled, and you will want to also kill yourself. You just receive them continuously at once. You see, that's one, a sign that you are entering the dark night of the soul. Remember that happens to Job. Job received this news as he was just trying to stand from the first news he has received. He received another unpleasant news. He still received another one. So that's how he entered his dark night of the soul. And the suffering starts from that moment. The same thing happened to Jesus too. When Jesus entered his dark night of the soul, he lamented. He said, God, if it were possible for you to take this cup from me, because of the suffering he was seeing himself undergoing through. He was undergoing pain, undergoing through pain. He was going through suffering, he was going through pain, and he wished he could come out of that. He wished God could save him from that. But because he needed to go through that process, there was nothing. He had to go through it. So he suffered it, he embraced it. So that was Jesus' dark night of the soul. Just as Job also suffered the dark night of the soul. So that's how you go through it. Number two of the dark night of the soul. First one, you go through all those things happening to you at the same time. Number two, family and friends tend to reject you. Your friends will reject you. Your family will reject you. In fact, you become alone. You will become alone. You will not have people, all the people that used to flow to you, you do things together, you are happy, you are playing, they come to enjoy with you, they eat your money, they take your things, you think they are your friends, they like you. You will just be alone. All of them will leave you. You will be alone. You will even become isolated, because it will be as if your life has ended. There's nothing you can do again. Your life has crumbled. You see? So you just be alone. You just be moving through, managing your life. You don't even have where to go. You have lost all your friends, and your family don't even see. Some won't even want to associate with you again, because they will look at you as like someone who is having a problem that they don't understand, and so they won't want to come close to you. They will move. That's why you see, when you have problem, you find yourself alone. All the people that used to show you, come to you, that they like you, they don't like you again. You don't see them. You become alone. That is to tell you that you are entering your dark night of the soul, or you're already experiencing the dark night of the soul. Number three, if you're in your dark night, sometimes you may lose um, sense of things that are happening in the real world, in the outside world. You will not fit in anymore. You will not even have the desire to participate in things that are happening again. You just want to be alone, because you will feel this sense of you will feel a bit worthless. It will be as if you are worthless, or you are not enough. You don't feel enough to associate with other people. You feel like they are now better than you. You don't feel that sense of belonging anymore. It will seem as if you are no longer fit to be in those companies that you used to be before. You see, so because of that, you want to be on your own. You don't want to associate with them. You don't want to follow people and do things just the way they are doing. That's number four. Number five, you are already disillusioned, kind of. And besides, your belief systems too are beginning to crumble. The things that you used to know, you can also go into depression. When you are experiencing the dark night of the soul, you also go into depression. You become depressed. It will be as if you have enormous problems that you don't know how to come out from. And then that's how you become depressed, because you don't know where to go from there. You don't know what to do. and you don't know how you will be able to solve all the issues. So you just remain stuck. You'll be stuck. When you are in your dark night of the soul, you'll be stuck. And you see, when you are in that dark night, no matter, there's nothing you will do that you will progress or that you will move forward. You won't move forward. You will just remain stuck. There's nothing you can do. Even if you try to do things, it will not happen, because you have to go through that process. The only thing you can do is to trust the process. But you know what most people do is that they try to cut corners. They will procure means to stop it. And what they don't know is that when you procure means like that to stop it, you are going to start all over again another time. It's to see you just be revolving in one place, because you will still have to go through it. What they do, like some people put their hands in things, in places and things that are not right, just to stop it. But if you don't, you surrender, because the essence is for you to surrender. If you surrender and trust the process and allow it to play out anyhow you want to play out, just believe, just say it to yourself that anyhow it wants to happen, let it happen. You know, you just continue to trust the process and allow it to happen. You see, that's how you move through. And another thing, if you want to fast forward that process, you can engage in charity work. For instance, you can be doing you begin to do charity work if you want it to, because it will, that thing, that process will not end. There's nothing you will do to make it end fast. You will just have to go through that process. But if you want to surrender and stay with it until the time that is meant to end, but you will do it. But if you want it to move faster for you, you engage in charity work, doing work for people, praying for people, helping people out to solve their issues. That way you will make it to move faster. you know it will move faster for you. You'll be able to come out of it quickly. But if you don't, some people become resentful. Why more people even stay more in it is because instead of appreciating it, appreciate the period. Appreciate the fact that you are in the dark night. Number one, you have to appreciate that you are in it. If you appreciate that period and then you stay with it, you don't do anything to earn it or to fast forward it. Anything that is not right, is illegal to fast forward it. You stay in it, it will move fast. But some people, the problem is that they take it on people. They begin to get angry at people. They begin to get envious of people who are just living their normal life and things are moving for them. They are doing that because of their situation, because of where they found themselves, because they are stuck. So they begin to take it on people, they begin to get resentful, they begin to hate other people, they begin to doing all these things that that can even keep you longer in the dark night. Just because of what they are experiencing, because of the pain, because of the suffering, they are stuck. So they are not happy about their situation, and that's why they are projecting what they feel on other people. You see, they are just projecting the pain they are feeling on other people, instead of letting it, just surrendering. I mean, just giving it up, leave it to play out anyhow it wants to happen. But it's difficult because the period is difficult for them. And that's why it's important that when you see somebody who is going through the dark night of the soul, instead of tearing them down, support them. Because that period is not easy. It's not easy for anyone. No matter how strong you claim to be, it's a very difficult period. Support them. If you have anything you can do for them, do it for them. Like some people, when they are going through the dark night of, their friends will reject them. Some will even be sitting down in groups and gossiping about them. And that one, his or her life, her life has finished, or his life has finished. And go and see her. If you see her now, he look like, hey. If you see her now, she looks like one old woman or one person who has been sick, one dangerous sickness, and is looking like she want to die tomorrow, or you want to die tomorrow. Things like that are things that even tear them more. But when you support them, you encourage them, you tell them that it's just a phase, that they will soon overcome it, that things will be, because normally if you go through the dark night, the next thing, you are entering your light. You see, your life will never be the same. You enter your next best version. You see, so that's how it's supposed to be. And that's why those who tear people down during the dark night, their period of the dark night, when they see the people move, evolve into a new life and their life become better, they find it difficult to embrace them. They begin to hide. Some of them begin to hide. They will enter the door. When they hear the person is coming, they enter inside, close door, and be peeping through the window to see them. Why? Because of the things that they said or the things that they did to them when they were going through their dark nights. But if you encourage them, you give them hope, you support them in any way you possible. By the time they come out, they will be happy. You will even be happy that they are out of that period, their life, they are better now, they can embrace you freely. But some still pretend. After tarnishing or trying to fool them all those periods, they see that the person has emerged greater. You see, they will pretend, they will come with fake likeness, just to make themselves feel okay. Because some of them can't stand it when they see that the person's life has evolved and the person is better, much better, even much better than themselves. They try to do that just to cover up, to make themselves not feel uh, less or feel, because some of them, when it happens like that, they begin to feel if they feel inferior, not to feel inferior, and for the person not to see them, they just cover it, they kind of cover up just to make it look like okay, or you have always been there, whereas you were not there. You were even trying to make the situation worse for the person. So it's important that you support people who are going through their dark night. Support them so that they don't do things that are dangerous for them. So, if you don't support them, some of them, that's why they commit suicide, because they don't see anybody who supports them. People who are supposed to support them, give them hope, you will even make them feel worse. You see, they'll make them feel worse. They'll make them feel alone. They will make them isolate themselves the more, and they will even make them commit suicide. You see, so it's good that when you see people who are going through the dark night, whether you know them, you don't need to do, whether you know them, you don't know them, support them in any way possible, so that they can move through that period successfully and enter their awakening and begin their process of evolving from that moment, because awakening does not end, it's a continuous process. So at least when they move from the dark night, there will be a relief because they are coming into a new life. And in that one, they continue to move gradually and evolving and continue to evolve until their transition. I hope this helps. I love you guys.